Hey, Beavis, I just figured something here.
What, Brad? What?
This movie sucks.
Yeah. This movie really sucks. It's movie time. It's movie time.
Hey, what is up, everyone? It's Ben Falcon's Media Corner back again with a brand new AK After I Saw review episode for today. This is going to be my review on a new release film for 2022. This one just came out today on Paramount Plus in the UK, but this one just came out a couple days ago in the US on Paramount Plus. But I saw this today. I'm here to give you guys my views on this new release, which this is going to be my review on the 2022 animated comedy film. This is the sequel to the hit film that was released back in 1996, which that one was a theatrical release film, even though this one isn't, since this one is a streaming service film. And this is also based off the hit show that was created back in the 90s by Mike Judge, and that is, of course, Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe. So this is the sequel to Beavis and Butthead Do America, and it's been a while since we last saw these two lovable fart knockers. So in this movie, we see Beavis and Butthead are back, and this time in this movie, this is set in 1998, in which we see these two lovable fault knockers. They go to space camp to do this mission, to which they are assigned to do this mission, even though they obviously mislead and all that, thinking that they're there just to pretty much, do what they want to do and all that, which is obviously score, which is obviously sex and all that. Since they meet this woman named Serena, who they want to score with her and all that. So they go on the space mission into space with her. And then what ends up happening is that the mission goes terribly wrong because of what Beavis and Butthead caused, which they cause the time to speed up and all that, and they end up so basically we see them from 1998, and they end up traveling to 2022, which is this year, obviously. So we see them in 2022 when they start to explore that year, and they also come across a bunch of alternate universe versions of themselves. And we see them trying to find Serena, since they think that she's trying to find them. But we see her she's working for the U.S. government, and she hears about these two characters and thinks that they're a danger to her. And so she gets the U.S. government to find them and hunt them. And so we see that happening while we see Beavis and Butthead just do some more crazy shenanigans than ever before that we've never seen them do before together. So that's pretty much the story of Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe. Now, I really enjoyed the first movie, Beavis and Butthead Do America. I enjoyed that one quite a bit. It's definitely a great fun, funny 2D animated film. Even though nowadays we don't get much 2D animated films, but but for the recent years, we just got a recent one, of course, for this year, which was of course the Bob's Burgers movie. If you want to know why I thought of that film, I much appreciate checking out my views on that film. So after the first time I saw the first movie, I did hear a bit of rumors what there was actually going to be a sequel to this, even though I didn't hear much about it until this year, because I was just on the internet, just looking up what was going to come out for the remaining of the last few remaining days of June, until I heard that there was actually going to be a sequel to this. And when I saw the trailer for it, I was really looking forward to it, because it's been a while since we've seen these two lovable fart knockers on screen, because we haven't heard much from them in recent years. Even though I don't really watch the show that much, I just like watching the movie the most. Even though for most adult cartoon shows, I just mostly watch either just The Simpsons, Family Guy, or South Park, or Bob's Burgers. I was still looking forward to it, and when I heard this was not going to be in cinemas, it was alright, because this was obviously going to be on streaming. So it was going to be on Paramount Plus, which I was fine with that. And so I watched this today on Paramount Plus, because I had nothing else really planned for today. So I watched it at home today, just a couple of hours ago, and after watching it, I definitely had a great time with this sequel. I actually think I enjoyed this one a bit more than the first one, to be honest, because I had a really fun time here. This was just really funny, and it was just there's just so many things I have to say about this film that I really, really enjoyed here. For the two main leads, you know, Beavis and Butthead, who we haven't seen these two lovable fart knockers on our screens in a while, for them to have a comeback with this movie, I thought their comeback was just great and yet absolutely hilarious. For them to see him get back to those crazy shenanigans that we've always known and loved from the show and even from the last movie. And I would even say their comeback is even raunchier than ever because they do some more raunchier stuff than ever before than the last one. Because while the first one does have a bit of raunchy stuff to it, there are some more raunchier stuff and more stuff for these characters that we've never seen them do. Like there's a bit more swearing to them and more raunchy like sex stuff in this film when we see them trying to score and all that, which I really liked. And they were, for the new jokes they were given in this film, I thought was just absolutely hilarious, which I would have guessed some Beavis and Butthead fans would have predicted to see them doing if they were set in our generation like this year, since of course they were created back in the 90s and all that. And for the other characters from the show and all like that, like some of the secondary characters, they do appear in the movie briefly, but I kind of wish they would have appeared a bit more briefly than rather than just being in like only once in a while. I kind of wish for that. That was a bit of a flaw I had. And the character Serena, who's like the villain in this film, she was acceptable, but for what she was given for material, I just kind of found generic, really, for what she wants to do to Beavis and Butthead and all that. Just kind of found generic, really, but she was acceptable for being as a villainous character. And the animation in this film is great. I liked how they try to go back to what the animation was like back then, even though, you know, animation's gotten, you know, a bit bigger and better for recent years and all that, because like for like modern animation, even though there's no like modern animation in this film, it's just like the animation that we've known from the show, like what the show was like back then when the show was first created and all that, and as well as for the first theatrical film. I really like the animation all around this film. I still really like it. And the story is really ridiculous when we get to see, you know, Beavis and Butthead go on this new big adventure that we've never seen them go on before, doing some more crazy shenanigans than never before. Even the ones we've already known and loved, you know, the whole cornholio joke and other like stuff when we see them trying to score and all that, and just some crazy shit here in this film. So, and there's not a single dull moment if it's storytelling that I kind of felt like it was a bit draggy or just made me lose interest in the film. Because in the end, guys, I had a really fun time with the sequel. And I would say the sequel is even better than the first one, in my opinion. Even though I only had just one little flaw in this film, I still had a lot of fun with Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe. And if you're a massive fan of the show or you're a fan of the first movie, you'll definitely have a blast with this one. I can see Beavis and Butthead fans will definitely have a blast with this one, especially for those who even loved the show back then, even though the show is non-existent now because the show hasn't been on for years, even though some people still talk about them. But yeah, if you do have Paramount Plus, I do suggest check out this one, especially for those who are a big fan of the show or even big fans of the movie. So that's pretty much all I have to say about Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe. I'm going to give Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe 4.5 out of 5. Awesome score for yet another awesome animated movie of 2022, alongside Turning Red and the Bob's Burgers movie. And even before I saw the film on Paramount Plus, I was genuinely surprised what people have been saying about this movie on a few film sites like Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb and all that. I was really surprised with how much positivity this film was receiving, and I was like, I need to watch this to see if it was true, and I can see why. I can see how much people are giving so much positivity here. So yeah, thank you so much for watching for my AK After I Saw review on Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe, and let me know what you think of this film if you've just recently watched this film. Did you have a blast for this, or were you very disappointed with this, especially for those who are a big fan of Beavis and Butthead? So again, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more reviews, and this has been Fogan's Media Corner, signing off.
This is the coolest show in the history of television.
Yeah, it's the coolest show in the history of television. Yeah.